If you're a spiritual entrepreneur, no doubt you have the question in your mind, how do I build that aligned business that not only allows me to help people in the way I feel called by my heart, by my spirit, but by also generating the income where I can live the kind of life that I want. And that's what I find the biggest challenge is with people who are both spiritual but also growing a business is, how do I do both? How do I align with my heart, align with my spirit, align with my internal gifts, and how do I give them into the world in a fact where I feel empowered, where I feel like I can generate money, be comfortable asking for money, and also be able to be completely profitable on the other side. So I'm going to give you 7 key questions that I consistently ask myself that allows me to not only generate enough leads and engagement in my business, but also generate enough income for me to do this full time. So I'm going to give you those 7 key questions. So when you have some time, get a pen and paper, feel free to write them down. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Awaken Your Business podcast. I believe this is episode 150, so a little bit of a milestone there, and a little bit of a surprise to me. It crept up on me, but I thought, you know what better way to hit a little bit of a milestone than to share a little bit about me and what I've done for my business journey, what I've done for the Serving Circle, my own business programs, and the questions I keep asking myself in order for me to consistently grow, whether that be through the impact that I make, but also the income as well. And so asking yourself these questions time and time again are going to allow you to go deeper on your business journey so you can be both spiritual and profitable. So the first question is, what do I fear about success? I can guarantee you, if you've been trying for a while to grow online, to generate some income, but you haven't necessarily manifested that result, energetically, it may be because there is some fear that if I succeed at some level, I'm going to welcome in some uncomfortable emotions that I don't want to feel. And I'm going to welcome in some things in my life that offer more uncertainty, more fear, more doubt than where I am right now. And so this was a big question for me. I was asking myself, okay, if I'm going to generate, in my income, I'm going to generate, $3, $4, $5, $6, now about $7,000 a month, and do, low 5-figure months, then one thing that I need to ask myself is, if I generate that income, what do I fear about that? And one thing that came up for me was, I don't know what to do with the money. I feel uncomfortable with that amount of money. I don't know what to do with it. I'm just probably going to lose it. I don't know how to manage it. And so asking yourself that question of, what is it that you fear about success? Do you fear it's going to give you more fame than you are comfortable with, more money than you're comfortable with, more attention from other people that might judge you, or maybe you might end up alone because nobody gets it and no one else is doing this sort of work? What is it for you? Because in recognizing and healing those patterns and those beliefs is going to lead all the most progress in you welcoming in this result. You cannot welcome in something energetically in a way that's aligned and in a way that's sustainable if you don't energetically match what you're trying to create. So understanding what is it that I fear about this success is going to allow you to say, okay, I need to address that fear. I need to start healing that fear. I need to start working through my internal beliefs so that I can match what's coming in. The second question is, what do I fear about failure? We've looked at the success. We've looked, okay, this might be energetically stopping me from reaching this outcome. But what is it about the failure? What is it about the thing in my past or in the thing that I've grown up doing that I fear most? If I fail, is there going to be uncertainty, judgment, loneliness, sadness, anxiety? What is that? What do I fear about the failure in general? So that both these two questions allow you to say, okay, if I was to fail, where's their resistance? What will I feel if I fail? And what will I feel if I succeed? And understanding those emotions and being able to process them in your body and being able to understand what's going on in your body with those outcomes, with those feelings, is going to allow you to energetically be okay, be safe, be loved, be enough, be divine, no matter what happens, the success or the failure. Those are really, really two questions you need to ask yourself. Question 3, how do I remain grounded? I know in the spiritual world, it is very, very common for people to go into altered states of consciousness, to meditate. I know me, I meditate 2 hours a day in silence, and it can feel great to be up there in the clouds and to sort of be really a little bit airy-fairy because it feels so great. But we're down here in the 3D world to also create, to also be grounded. And one metaphor that I love is you can only go as high as you go deep. You can only go as high as you go deep, and you have to be grounded in this world, and we have to have a certain level of groundedness, a level of impacting this 3D world and living within it, recognizing that we can be in it while not being of this, while not being of it. You can be in this world, but not of this world. But you still have to be in the world and recognize that that's just a part of it. That's just as beautiful as being in 5D consciousness, as being in a place of oneness, place of unity, right? Living in the 3D world and being grounded is really important as well. So how do you ground yourself? Whether you jump up and down, whether you listen to music, whether you go into nature and do some earthing, whether you do some drumming, there's many, many meditations as well, visualizing your energy going down into the ground, being stable, all these different things. There's many, many ways in which you can be grounded, but making sure you're grounded on this business journey so you're not just up in spirit and not putting things into practical action. Question 4 is, do I have a business plan? Once again, I've coached hundreds and hundreds of business owners in the last few years, in the last 8 years of my entrepreneurial journey. And those in the spiritual realm, those who love the spiritual journey like me, it's very easy to wing it. It's very easy to go with the flow, very easy to sort of feel what feels energetically aligned and go with it. But there's also such a blessing in creating a business plan, a marketing plan from the energy of your heart, from the energy of spirit. Because when you integrate both of them, there's something magical that happens. When you have a business plan, when you have something you can hold yourself accountable to, and you can see the numbers, you can see the numbers and the growth and where it all leads to, implementing that with your spirit, with your internal resourcefulness is a big key. So one thing that I'll ask here, in your business plan, do you have certain key metrics, certain numbers, certain understanding in your business? For example, do you have business goals? Do you have a goal right now, an income goal and an impact goal? And do you have dates on those? If not, that's a great place to start. Right now, just feel intuitively what feels aligned for you, what feels exciting, and write down a business goal, write down an income goal and an impact goal, and put a date on it and put it on the calendar and really start to schedule some things to say, okay, to achieve that goal, this is what's going to need to happen. So put that on the diary, put that in the calendar, because that's going to start to tick over some ways in which you can integrate both this spirituality with this business strategy. Question 5, what's an aligned way to generate leads? Now, so many people can get obsessed with the right or wrong thing to do. What strategy is the best? What's going to get me the most outcomes? What's going to get me the most results? Especially, how do I do it without failing? And I can tell you, if you're asking that question, it's coming from a place of fear, a place of scarcity. One question you can ask yourself is, what way would feel so aligned with me that I would do it regardless of the outcome? Whether that's putting videos up on YouTube, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook. Me, I do the Facebook group and I love doing Zoom calls. I love putting together programs for my freebies and my content that I capture emails for. But what is the way for you? What is a way that's aligned, that's exciting, that would generate the necessary leads for your business, that's fun, that's exciting for you? So for me personally, with my online group, the Serving Circle, we do so many cool things in there. We do the collaborative calls. I give them access to free courses. We're all collaborating, growing. I love doing free coaching in there, organizing bonus Zoom calls, all these cool things. And I do that because it's fun for me. It's fun. And as a byproduct, people benefit, people get value, and they learn more about me and my coaching. And so what is it for you? Ask yourself the question, what's a resourceful, creative, fun, playful way that you can generate leads using online methods, using offline methods, whatever feels great for you? And consistently ask yourself that question. What's ways in which that would feel great for you, but also add value to your clients? What do they need? What's for your particular niche? What is it they need most? And really start to align them and really generate the consistent flow of leads in a way that isn't overly pushing with marketing and sales and these sort of things, but in a way that's fun and in a way that's aligned with your heart. Question 6, is my communication clear? This, I can tell you, I work more with my clients than anything else in the business realm. And the reason being is because if your message isn't clear, no one's going to understand you. And I'll give you a few tips here, but one of the challenges that I see is that so many people can put out a communication that makes sense to them and that they understand it, and they use lofty terms like I help middle-aged women find more success and more love so that they can have a fulfilled life. Something very lofty and out there and sort of airy-fairy, but it's not very tangible, it's not very clear, not very concise, right? So my question would be, what is a very specific person that you would love to serve? What's a very specific problem that they have, and what's a specific transformation and outcome that you have for them? If you have those three things and it's specific, it's tangible, it's clear, it's compelling, that's really where you can put out a message in any way on Zoom, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever it may be, and people will understand it. What you're really targeting is for someone to see a message and to say, oh my God, I want to know more. Oh my God, this person gets me. Oh my God, where do I go next? That's really what you want to understand. And so ask yourself that question. How do I make my communication more clear, more simple, more compelling? And you'll start to notice a really big difference when you put your message out there in an aligned way, how many people are attracted to you. Question 7, how do I serve at higher levels? There's so many things I've got from my business study. I've done many courses, thousands upon thousands of dollars in my own investment in books and programs and courses and workshops and events. And one of the key things that I've taken away from everything that I've studied is obsess about your clients. Obsess, a healthy obsession, of course. Have a healthy obsession with adding more value. Have a healthy obsession with how can I create more and more value? What's going to help my client get from A to B? What's going to really help them move in a way that feels like they're progressing, like they're moving along? And how do I deliver in ways that no one else is? If I can deliver content, if I can deliver programs, if I can deliver courses and freebies and all these resources in ways that no one else is, your mind will be towards service. Your mind will be towards collaboration. It'll be towards using your creativity, using fun, using passion and playfulness. It'll be towards a resourceful way where you put your clients first. You put your clients first, because I see everyone who's generally stuck has this internal focus and belief like, oh, I'm not doing things right. I'm not doing this. What's the best way to do this? I'm making the mistakes here. What's the right way to do this? And when they take a step and breathe and they say, who am I here to help? And what can I do right now that's going to offer more value? What is it my clients need? And how can I get out of myself and into them? How can I get into them and add more value and have a healthy obsession with getting them from A to B? And that's what will align with your heart. What will align with your heart is really starting to say, I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a purpose. I'm here to add more value, to start to contribute at deeper levels. And in doing that, I also elevate. I elevate myself. I overcome my fears, my doubts, my frustrations, my confusion, and I start to serve. And so take that in. How can you serve at higher levels? And what is it you can get out of yourself right now and do so that your clients can see, okay, this is the person that aligns with me. This person feels energetically like they're meant to be here. And you'll notice a very, very big shift. So take some time, 10, 15 minutes, jot down some answers for these key questions. And what you'll find is an internal resourcefulness, a passion, a creativity, a flow towards some answers in building your business. This is going to be really, really helpful. So let me know below which of the key questions really has helped you now. Which of the key questions has allowed you to shift something, to add some resourcefulness, to add some fun, some passion, some playfulness. And let me know below. I'd love to know, and I'd love to respond and see what's really resonating with you guys. But until next time, I'll see you in the serving circle. Take care.